Well, to get the latest, we can speak to our international affairs editor, Robert Parsons. Rob, he's only days into the task, but how do you feel about Mikati's chances to form a government? He is the third Prime Minister-designate to be given the task.
Exactly. Therein lies the problem. Nobody's holding their breath on this one. It's a year almost now since the explosion in Beirut port, which led to the fall of the Hassan Diab government. And since then, there have been two nominees which have come and gone. This is the third one. He himself is a former Prime Minister two times over in 2005 and 2011 to 2014. And as one political wag put it in Lebanon, recycling is good for the environment, but not for politicians. This is a man, too, who has, dating back to 2019, charges raised against him for illicit profiteering in state-subsidised housing. This is just the sort of problem. He denied it, of course, and has rejected the charges. But these are just the sort of things that is at the heart of the problem in Lebanon. So, as I said, nobody's holding their breath.
As you describe him there, I mean, looking at his portfolio, he's not exactly the change at the top that the people in Lebanon had been looking for, had been protesting for, though he has spoken of a government of technocrats and a lot about reforms since he was designated. Do you think the people of Lebanon should take that as a good sign?
Perhaps. It's certainly not a bad sign if he's making those sort of noises. He said correctly, that he wants a government of technocrats. He says there is no difference between his position and that of President Aoun. Well, very good, if that is the case. He's certainly making the right noises, but I think some would say, rather cynically, well, at this stage, he has to make those noises because unless he does, there will be no chance of any aid from the World Bank, from the IMF, from donor countries. And without that aid, Lebanon simply has no future. This is a country which has debts of $93 billion US. Per capita, that makes it the worst in the world. So it is absolutely essential that Lebanon gets those reforms through. The problem, however, is that it's one thing to appoint cabinet ministers who are technocrats, but will the politicians, including the President, the Prime Minister and the Speaker, who are all appointed on a sectarian basis, give the ministers the space if the ministers start to introduce reforms which are counter to their sectarian interests? I think at the moment the betting is that they won't.
OK, Rob, for now, thanks very much indeed.